we'll be starting with a small grounding visualization. It's a small exercise. I wouldn't call it as meditation. It's more of a small grounding visualization where we can get into the zone so we can receive the story. And that's what it is. So we can receive the story in the way it is intended. And we'll hear the story with our eyes closed. There's no need to keep our eyes open. So when the story is delivered, you'll watch it as a movie in your mind's eye. And that's the whole point. So that is why we're calling it as a story transmission, after which we'll go through a small reflection. There will be powerful reflections where we'll all be in a state where we'll be guided to share. And if it's totally okay if you're not able to share, and there's no judgment, nothing of that sort. If we feel called to share, we will share, and it's going to be very, very powerful. After which James will be conducting a beautiful healing meditation. Swayam will be telling the story, and I'm your host, Shibu. All right, let's get started. Now there is no need for the camera to be on, folks. Let's start the visualization. Okay, thank you for everybody. Thank you, everybody who's switched on the videos. We'll do it later, but now it's not needed. Let's start by settling in. Be very, very comfortable wherever you are. We call it the Sthira Sukha Asana, comfortable and stable posture. Very comfortable. It's like transfer all the weight to Mother Earth so you don't feel any weight. It's weightless. Just be comfortable. Whatever is comfortable for you is the right posture. Just keep your spine upright. No need to be stiff or anything, just comfortable. And most importantly, close your eyes. Gently close your eyes. Let's do a few deep breaths just to calm us down. Inhale for 5 seconds and exhale for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you're inhaling, inhale all the beautiful, beautiful healing energies. As we are exhaling, let go of anything which is not needed at this point in time. Now, let's visualize that we are stepping away from all the noises and the busyness, the so-called busyness of life, all the noise of the day. They're all moving away in the distant, just moving away. And we intuitively know that there is nothing, absolutely nothing, which needs to be done at this point in time. As we are walking, you see a beautiful divine trail, full of golden energies, green, beautiful. So peaceful, serene, and calm. We feel like going there. Every single step, we feel our body relaxing more and more, relaxing more and more. We feel that we're becoming more present, more peaceful, and more connected. Very, very grounded. Notice the path, the soft path, the feeling beneath the feet. Notice the golden light just coming through the green trees, green leaves. The sound of stillness all around us. Now, as we walk ahead, we sense a presence. A majestic, ancient tree. Huge tree. It's full of life. And intuitively, we feel like walking towards her. As we do so, we feel a very motherly presence, warm embrace. And we walk and sit beside her, right by her roots. We can feel that her energy is surrounding us, caressing us, comforting us. Feel it in the body. Feel that the roots are reaching deep into earth. Her roots are going to the core of Mother Earth. And now you are also connected to the roots. Your spine is aligned to her spine. The roots connected to her roots. This beautiful mother tree is absorbing all the worries, all the stuck energies, anything which is not needed anymore, and giving back unconditional love, because unconditional love is who she is, and that's what she is giving. And in that stillness, this beautiful stillness and magic, you feel a whisper rising from Mother Tree.
Visualize a girl not just any girl, but one who carried herself with silent strength, living deep within the great palace of Mithila. Her name was Meenakshi. She was the daughter of the palace's head servant, respected but strict. And now she spent her days on her knees, scrubbing floors, day after day, week after week. Her tears mingled with the water she splashed on the stones. Her father would come to inspect her work, always finding something wrong, and would make her do all over again. The other servants looked on with sympathy, which somehow made the weight heavier. Meenakshi had resigned herself to being the lowest of the low, until one day she gathered the courage to ask, Pitaji, I thought by now I would be able to work under Aditi in the kitchen. I would really like that. Her father replied, when you learn there is no distinction between any of the tasks, we will reassign you, Meenakshi. That answer pierced her. Tears rose up in her chest as years of silent pain broke through. Why do you not understand me? Why do you make it so difficult for me? She cried. Why are you punishing me, Pitaji? What have I done that is so wrong? Have you no feeling for me? He paused, then answered calmly. Punishing you? I'm trying to teach you how to serve, Meenakshi. But her hurt heart couldn't hear the teaching. You don't treat me like you treat the others. You treat me as if you don't care at all about me, as if I don't matter to you at all. And it has been always this way. With tears in her eyes, Meenakshi ran into the forest. Meenakshi, come back! Her father's voice called behind her, but she didn't turn back. She hid herself among the trees. Late that evening, Aditi came running. Meenakshi, we have been looking for you all day. Something terrible has happened. Your father had an accident, my dear. He sent one of the servants up to the roof to repair a leak, but questioned whether it was done right. So he climbed up himself. He slipped and he left this world. Meenakshi's heart shattered. Pitaji, I'm so sorry. So sorry for everything. Why did you leave me? You have left me all alone now. She was numb for the next few days. A few days later, Aditi gently asked, will you work under me now in the kitchen? But Meenakshi's voice was steady. She made her choice. I want to continue as before with the duties my father has assigned to me. I will become the best of servants, she told herself. I will perform the lowliest of tasks until I see no difference between them and the desired ones. But deep down, she knew she wasn't learning humility. She was punishing herself. She carried the belief, if only I hadn't spoke so harshly, if only I had turned back, maybe he wouldn't have climbed the roof in that state. Maybe he would still be alive. Meenakshi never told Aditi the guilt stayed buried in her heart, a secret prison only she knew. And so the years passed. She worked, she served, she scrubbed. Her only companion, the echo of her father's words. There is no lower or higher work. It is the attitude that matters. She whispered to herself over and over to keep the guilt at bay. Many years later, Sita, now growing into radiant maturity, was sitting by the river. Meenakshi was nearby, serving quietly as she always did. Sita turned toward her, casually, yet deeply present. You were sad for a long time after your father died, weren't you, Meenakshi? Meenakshi was caught off guard. She nodded. But that was because you blamed yourself, wasn't it? How do you know, Mata? Meenakshi asked in surprise. Sita smiled gently with infinite love. You still feel a little badly, but you should not. You had nothing to do with your father's death. It was his time to go, and nothing could have prevented it. That night, in the quiet of her room, Meenakshi wept again. But this time, she wept in release, not punishment. Sita hadn't just spoken to her, she had healed her, not through a sermon, not through ritual, but by simply seeing her. And in that moment, the seed of guilt finally dissolved, and the flow of love began again.
Thank you, Swam. Friends, let's take a moment. Let's be present with whatever arose as we experienced the story. With our eyes closed, we were not just listening to the story, we were experiencing it. Just as we are living this life, we experienced it. We became Meenakshi. We went through her journey. Let's observe what is getting triggered in us. Is there anything getting triggered? This is not just Meenakshi's journey. This is not unique to Meenakshi. Many of us carry this guilt. Whether we acknowledge it, are always aware of it or not, the guilt is there. Some people refer to as the shadow self. Areas which is chained up, locked, and where no light goes. But that's always craving for attention all the time. And it's deciding for us. It's deciding our reactions, responses, or actions. It's time to let the light come through to those self. Acknowledge the existence. Beautiful. So now is the time for us to reflect and share our experiences, our personal experiences, which we have gone through, which we have experienced. So, friends, this is a very, very safe space, non judgmental. There is no teacher or student or anything here. We are all just friends. We are all learning. We are all healing. So, just a very safe, friendly space. So, now I request you all to switch on the videos and start sharing. It is like we're all sitting in a room. Now, this is virtual, but we're all sitting in a room in a circle. We're all friends. Let the words just flow. There is absolutely no judgment here. We're all just friends. Please raise your hands or unmute and speak. Talk about your experience. To start with, can I invite Simi to share your experience about how you dealt with or how you faced guilt, how you dealt with it?
Thank you, Shibu. um, I hope everybody can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Um, as I was listening to Swayam reciting the story, again, I'm not preparing anything. I'm just speaking from my heart. So pardon me if some emotions come up. It felt deeply emotional because I was thinking about my dad. So they say when you become a mother, you become an adult. I felt when I lost my dad, that's when I become the adult. So, speaking about my dad, he was my rock. Like, there was nothing that he didn't do for me, right from filling my pen with ink when I used to go for work or go for an exam or like anything. I mean, there is nothing that he has not done for me that ever since I was a child. I remember recalling how he used to peel the oranges for me. Like I'll go play, come back to him. I can still see him sitting down, peeling the oranges and not just the outward peel, just everything and just taking that orange and giving it to me. I mean, literally, I grew up with him standing by me all the time. And whenever I was upset, whenever I was angry, whenever I was irritated, and again, trust me, I was stubborn, he was there for me. He would say, when I used to call him, he would say, "Why are you worrying? I'm telling you, nothing is going to happen. You're fine. I'm telling you." That's all I needed. I didn't need anything beyond that. So I literally grew up with knowing no matter who's not going to be there for me, my dad will be. That's how strong I felt with him in my life. Then all of a sudden, one day, it was just gone. And I didn't have time to prepare. Eh, My dad, like, he was like always like this person who's active, like he's on the go every day. There is nothing, even it doesn't matter how old I was. I would go to India and he would be like, "Oh, you can't go by yourself, I have to take you." And then he will drop me. Or when I'm traveling back, he'll sit and pack the stuff for me. And I allowed him to do that because that's how we showed his love. I mean, he didn't know how to, his actions showed what he felt for me. And packing, I mean, I could do it, but I just let him do it because he loved to do that. He loved to do things for me. He would still like literally everything, and not just to me, my daughter too. She would not eat a kiwi without her grandfather peeling it for her. She still says that nobody does it better than a papa. So anyway, so he was that person for me. So I was there one time in 2019, November 30th when he passed, but I was there in July. We had a great time. Somehow, I don't know why, I felt like I need to stay one more week back just with him. I have no idea why I did that. I did, came back, everything was going great. And then one day on Friday, when I was calling him, he passed on a Sunday. Friday, we were talking on my way to work. I always call them. And then he was having some kind of a chest cold. And we were joking that my mom gave it to him because she was sick before him. And I never thought anything about it because my dad always got this cold, chest cold, and it lasted ever since I could remember. It lasted for like 2 weeks at least. So nothing. So my brother, she was my brother, we spoke. And he was saying that he may be not feeling well, but I was still thinking, no, no, it's just nothing. This is a cold. So when I call him again on my Saturday night, I'm in United States, Eastern Standard Time, and it was around 7 o'clock their time or 8 o'clock their time. And then I felt like, okay, he needs to go see the doctor. But then he was like, no, no, I'm going to wait until my doctor is there, and because there is no need to go right now. But I said, like, go right now, it doesn't matter, just go. And then he said, oh, the driver only will come at 9 o'clock. I'm like, call him, he'll come early. And I insisted that he go, although I wasn't feeling like I felt he was completely fine. I didn't feel anything was going to happen. I just wanted him to go see the doctor. And he said, okay, then I'll go to the restroom and I'll get ready. Those were his last words to me. And then I called a few minutes later and I told my mom, are you guys ready? Is the driver here? So she said, oh yeah, they're coming. We're going to go. And I said, no, okay, no worries. Go and let me know when you get there, how everything goes. And then I actually went to sleep. And then 5 minutes or maybe 10 minutes later, I actually fell asleep actually. And then I get a call, and then some stranger calling me and telling me, I have no idea who that was, that you have to come to India. And I'm like, why do I have to come? What's going on? And then he said, no, just come. And he wasn't even telling me the reason. I said, where is my mom? Where is my dad? Put him on. And then my mom came in and said, Achempoi, meaning my dad is gone. I I couldn't breathe. I literally stopped breathing, and I didn't know what happened. It just hit me like I wasn't prepared for it. I didn't know what happened. I'm like, what? Like, it was unbelievable. And I don't know what else happened after that. Some things were like, it just was like, I remember some of it. I don't remember some of it. I remember my daughter coming in, hugging me tight. I think I started breathing then. And then somehow somebody packed my stuff. I went to my brother's. Somehow we reached India. Then I was entering my community. There's always this board there that says if somebody is getting married or somebody died. And then I saw my dad's name and I broke down again. And also that trip was like one of the worst trips because I've never gone to India without my dad being there like 2 hours earlier than I would reach to pick me up. So my mind, I went through all the rituals. I got some, I don't know, like I insisted that I go to, where they were cremating him. And then they said there was like a thread that they just had to cut off, that they said that means we're cutting off everything from my father. I'm like, I'm not ready for this. What's happening to me? So it was a lot, but I came back. But every time I would think, if I were there with him, what was he feeling when he passed? He was there for me for every single moment of my life. And I was thinking, what did he want at that moment? Did he want to see me? Because I was firstborn and I wanted to be there for him. but I did not. I asked God, why did I even think that he was about to die? Because usually I panic even when they get a little bit sick, and I'm like always worried. This time I was not even worried. I was like happy. I was like, fine. I'm like, it's just a cold. And I wish, like, I always think if I were there, I would have rushed him to a doctor maybe earlier. I would have done so many different things. And that guilt about not being there for my dad, who was always there for me, just kept eating at me. And it took me a long time. Many people, like my own brother, another individual I would like to mention is Rajiv Daga, who kind of helped me through these. And I started practicing. I started doing, before that, my brother always used to tell me about meditation. But I also had some other incident which also made me aware of what I was carrying deep within inside of me. So I started doing these deep practices. And initially I was distracted. I couldn't do anything, but I would just sit and just cry. And all of those, but eventually, as I started practicing meditation daily, I started practicing different things. It just finally got to me, that guilt got away from me. And like the story that Swayam was saying, I realized I couldn't have done anything because it was time for my dad to go. And I thought that he had the best death that anybody could have, because, friends, just want to share this. He went to the restroom, he came and sat on the bed, and he just literally sat like this, leaning back. This is what my mom told me after. And he was just, when after I had called, I told you guys, I spoke to my mom, and my mom said they're about to leave. She was away from him for 30 seconds. She went back. He was just sitting in bed like this with his eyes closed. He didn't fall down. He didn't do anything. He didn't suffer. He was just sitting, and he passed. What could one ask more, could one ask for, right? Because that's the death everybody wishes for. And I found peace in the fact that my dad had a fantastic life. He did everything that he wanted to do for us, and we were there. We loved him, he loved us, and he lived his best life, and he passed away in the best possible way. And I found that peace. So now, like, I am Story, when I think about him, I still feel him, miss him. I want him there, but I don't feel any guilt about it, because I know it was nothing that I could have done, because it was his time to go, and he did so the best possible way for him. So um, I don't know what I shared. I just spoke. Again, thank you for giving me the space to be able to speak. I hope all of you will come out. If I don't know, if some of you may have some stuff, not just about a father's passing, it could be anything. We all have different levels of guilt. I have other guilt about other things, but this is one thing that sounded more prominent to me, especially listening to so I'm saying that story. So thank you for allowing me to share.
Thank you so much, Simi. Thank you so much. You literally poured out your heart, and we all, from the group perspective, we're thanking you. Thank you so much. It was all raw emotion, and that's how it should be, right? Unfiltered. Let it flow. That's how we heal. Let it all flow. Let it all flow. So love and light can come to that space which is being created. And that's what it does, right? Forgiveness and healing. So as we go, I mean, I didn't speak about ForHeal itself, but we will in the coming days. It'll become apparent. We don't have to speak about it. We'll start creating that space. Beautifully said. Thank you so much, Simi. So now I request you all to please open up again. This is a very safe space, no judgments, nothing of that sort. We're all friends here. If you would like to share, please do so. Please unmute and you can talk. Okay, so while we are waiting, Rashmi, would you like to share?
I don't know if I'll be able to talk, but yeah, I'll try.
It's okay.
Beautiful stories, ma'am. And, it's a totally different aspect. I started meditating maybe 2 or 3 years back. When I started, Shibu was my husband. He's been doing it for a long time, but I never did it. And when I started, I had a mentor who was literally hand holding me and getting me into meditation. So he said, do it for 40 days. And just one thing you have to do is be a vegetarian for the 40 days. So I agreed and I started the journey. It was beautiful. I'm still continuing it. So grateful for that. And coincidentally, that time we moved to a new home, and Shibu was a vegetarian for a long time. And we decided we will not cook non-veg in our home. And my son, he loves non-vegetarian. It's a very difficult decision for me because as a mom, I feel we show our love to our kid. So what we cook and what he loves is non-vegetarian. And I was not able to do it. I'm sorry.
It's
There were
okay.
moments in
Take
my
your time.
life I have felt like I'm not the best mom. I'm not doing best for my son. I don't know, like it was very difficult for me. Like when I see him eating what I cook, I know he doesn't like it. And I know he's eating it just because he doesn't have any other choice. That was really hard for me. But I just stuck with it. I fought with Shibu, saying, I don't want to do this. I'll be vegetarian, but let me give him what he likes. It was very difficult for me. And to attend all the sessions, and I knew what I was doing, like being a vegetarian, being in this path of spiritual journey was the best for me. And to be authentic to me, I should just continue that. I should not give up. But at the same time, when I see him, I used to feel guilty that am I doing the best for him? And it was so difficult because even today, when I was listening to the story, I thought I was over it, but his face kept coming to me, and I know I'm not over it yet. We do take him out and feed him and all those things, and he enjoys those moments. He never complains. That hurts me even more. If he used to fight, I think I would have felt better that he's at least fighting it. But when he doesn't fight, I feel like it's even more painful for me. So there are days just when I sit for meditation or something, this guilt keeps coming back to me so much. I'm like, what am I doing? Am I being a good mother? Am I doing the best for him? I don't know how to come out of it. I thought I was out of it, but today literally showed me that I am not out of it. Still have to work on. There is something which I always console myself that I'm doing my best. even this, whatever is going on, I'm doing my best. Maybe one day he'll be able to see what I was trying to do. That's all I'm hoping for.
Thank
Okay,
you
Shubham.
so much, Rashmi. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, both Rashmi and Simi, you both spoke from heart. And this is how it should be, exactly like this. Let it flow, unfiltered, raw, just as it is. Beautiful. Thank you so much for creating this space, this healing space, this unfiltered, raw, authentic space for all of us. Thank you so much. So, friends, again, we are in a beautiful space. Let's use this. If there is anybody who would like to share, please do so. And if it's completely okay if you wouldn't want to share at this point in time. But then our request would be then you go back, you do it, you journal during your day to day itself, you journal, you pour it out on a book. It would be great if we can talk right now, but if that's not possible for whatever reason, because today is the first day, we get it. Don't want to speak, that's okay. But pour it out, let it come out, acknowledge it without judgments, without any judgment. Let the light go there. Whatever is stuck inside, let's start seeing it. Let's start acknowledging it. That shadow self is always, always, always there. It's it's driving us. It's doing everything on our behalf without our knowing. Let's acknowledge it with no judgments. It's screaming for attention. Acknowledge it. Just acknowledge it with no judgment. Just see it and just smile at it. That's part of us. And it takes a lot of courage to do so. And in a setting like this, with like minded souls, we call it Sat Sang. We are all seekers of truth. Truth. Very important, truth. We are all seekers of truth. In the fellowship of seekers of truth, in touch with our own self, we'll have all the courage we need to do so. There's nothing else which we need. We'll have all the blessings, all the courage, everything we need. Just need to do it. Is there anybody else who would like to share? And it's totally, totally okay if you would want to do it. Just completely understand. And thank you again. Thank you so much, Simi and Rashmi, for this deep sharing. And thank you, Swayam, for creating that space for all of us. That beautiful story of Sita Mata. Thank you. All right. So with this, James, shall we now get into the healing meditation? We've already created the space, we've done the visualization, we have seen the story as it unfolded, right? We have seen the story, we had experienced the story, and we have seen the emotions come out. We have heard people talk from their heart, pour their heart out. Now, let's get into the healing meditation. Over to you, my friend James.
Thank you, Shibu. Okay, well, everyone, welcome. Let's do a meditation now. So if you would, please sit in a comfortable position. I would encourage you to close your eyes. Take in a deep breath. Hold. Exhale. Another deep breath. Hold. Exhale. Allow your thoughts to settle by focusing on your natural breath as it comes in and as it goes out. Just breathe naturally. The theme today was guilt, and we'll ask ourselves, what is this guilt? We are seekers of truth. There's truth, and there is nothing else than truth. We can believe things that aren't true, and when we do, we give it power. We have to ask ourselves, why do I believe what I believe? How does that serve me when I believe that? There's a thought that says, I wasn't there for my father. Is it true? Is it true that I wasn't there? Let's come back to who we are. Who am I? I know that I am, therefore I am beingness. If I am, then I must be there. And so when I tell myself I wasn't there, I can see it's not true. I don't have to believe this thought that tells me I wasn't there, because I know that I am. And if I am, then I am present. And when I am present, I am there. So I can believe illusions if I choose to, but I can also see these illusions don't serve me at all. And when I see that they don't serve me, I can choose to no longer believe in them. We have the power of choice, and it's a great power. It defines everything around us. It defines our world. It defines how we see the world. We're always choosing. We're choosing, what do we want? What do we not want? What do I want to make today? Who do I want to be today? And what do I want to experience today? If I want to experience myself, I am searching for truth. And I need to realize I am truth. The truth is within. It's not without. The truth is within, always within. And there's really no difference between within and without. They're really the same. Do we really lose someone when they pass away? Or is that just an idea that we make up? What is the truth? Is it possible that there's life and death at the same time? Or is one of them true and the other one an illusion? If I am, and I am truth, and I see life where I am, then how can death exist? When we see death, we remember it's a transformation. It's a transformational moment when life has taken a turn. It didn't cease to be, it churned, it transformed, it entered into a new dimension, it took on a new being, a new beginning. Life is truth, and truth is there's nothing else but truth. And so we realize when we believe in death as an ending, we realize that's an illusion. That's something we made up and it doesn't serve us. We can always let go things that don't serve. We don't have to keep them. It's our choice. When I see this doesn't serve me, I can approach it with softness. I can look on myself with compassion. And I can say, oh, I believed something that's not true. I'm going to let that go. I release it softly. I withdraw my belief from it. And when I do, there's more light, there's more love, there's a space that opens up to allow in the light and the love when I release my beliefs and illusions. And when the light comes in, where is darkness? Shadow. Shadow is darkness. Can this shadow remain when the light comes? When the truth of who we are comes, can this shadow remain? Darkness cannot remain when the light comes. We're searching for the truth always. Compassion and kindness point us in the direction of truth. When we don't know where to go, we remember kindness to others is a way to truth. Compassion for ourselves and for all is a way to truth. Vegetarianism, compassion. We feel compassion for all of the animals around us, and we decide that we're not eating the animal because we're compassionate for this animal. We realize Our beingness also lies within the animal. We don't want to bring suffering and harm because we're being compassionate. When we choose to be a vegetarian and others look at us and wonder why we're not eating the meat, we don't need to say anything at all, but we are teaching compassion. We're teaching others about compassion without even saying a word. Just, no, thank you, I don't eat the meat. People wonder why you don't eat meat. Well, you don't have to say anything. You don't eat the meat because you're compassionate. You're extending your love to everyone and every being. And you know your beingness is everywhere. And you know that another really isn't separate from you. You know you share your beingness with all those that you call others. That's why compassion and kindness point us to the truth, because it shows our oneness, even with the animals, who are also sentient beings, kind and compassionate to them as well. We have feelings of guilt. It's okay. It's okay. It means we judged or we were judged. But remember, you don't have to believe it. It's always a choice. You can choose to believe it if you wish, but believing in any illusion will never bring happiness, because only the truth brings happiness. The truth of who you are is this love and this joy and this peace. Everything else is illusion. Perfection, the love that lives in the heart, is perfect, and it's beyond any judgment. It cannot be judged. That's why judgment itself is an illusion. It's best not to use it. And it's best to remember when we see judgment, to remember it's not useful. It distorts our vision when we use it. Let's remain true to ourselves by not judging ourselves and not judging others either, because we know that the other is also myself. How can I judge perfection? It's really impossible. If I have guilt, I can be with my feelings in meditation and in silence. I can look at my feelings. I can let them flow through me. And with acceptance of what is now, I can ask the feeling if it's guilt or anything else. I can ask it, teach me what I need to know. And I'll sit there with it until I have absorbed the knowledge from that feeling. And now the purpose of having the feeling is gone because now I know. The feeling has taught me what I needed to know. And it dissipates, never to be seen again. I am left with just myself. Dear friends, let us remember to forgive ourselves. If we have believed we've made a mistake, forgive it. Let us remember to forgive others when we see their mistakes. Let's extend forgiveness to everyone for everything, no matter the mistake. And let's extend that forgiveness to ourselves for all of our seeming failures and mistakes that we know aren't real anyway. In forgiving, we find ourselves, we find our wholeness, which is what we are. We are whole. To be healed is to be whole. We are a whole being. And so to be healed is our natural state. It's what we are. And by extending forgiveness to ourselves and everyone, for any reason at all, it doesn't matter, for everything, we find that we're healed. Forgiveness allows us to step into an expansive space, a gentle, soft, expansive space where exists peace and joy. Forgiveness is the pathway to healing and to truth. Another 30 seconds, dear friends, and we'll finish the meditation. Four, three, two, one. When you're ready, you may rub your palms together, place them over your eyes, and slowly, when you're ready, open your eyes and look into your palm.
Beautiful, amazing, amazing. Very deep healing meditation, James. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm still in that stillness. So the words are taking its time to come out. Beautiful indeed. Thank you so much. So, friends, as we have seen, The underlying theme, rather, is the truth. It's not the guilt or anything else, right? It's the truth. We are truth seekers, Sat Sang. We are seekers of the truth. As James said, truth just is. It doesn't need a story to hold it. It just is. It is the isness. It is the beingness. It just is. Everything else is a story which we have told us or told others. This is the journey to the truth. Truth already is. We just need to remember we are the truth. We are the isness. We are the beingness. That is why at the starting of the session and in the flyer, we called it, we told that this is not a session. This is not some deep knowledge session. This is just remembrance. We are not here to give any knowledge. This is a practical session where deep healing will happen. And the healing will happen by itself as we remember. As James said, forgiveness, as we allow the forgiveness to happen, creates a deep, deep, expansive space. And that space is where healing happens. Let the healing energies come in. So beautiful, beautiful indeed. I want to thank all the volunteers, starting from Swayam, who gave us that beautiful story transmission, right? We saw the story as it unfolded. We saw, we lived, we were transported to Mithila, and we lived the life of Meenakshi and how Sita Mata healed her. Then we heard the beautiful sharing, authentic, unfiltered, raw, and that's how it should be, unfiltered, just letting it out. It's like opening the floodgates and speaking authentically, just authentically. That needs a lot of courage. So thank you so much, Simi and Rashmi, for pouring your heart, speaking authentically, creating this space for us. Then we had this beautiful meditation, James. Amazing, amazing. So much wisdom poured in. We were taken to the deep stillness. This is not a space where stories exist, the stories which we have told ourselves of who we are, who everything is, the ideas of perfection. Everything falls there because we need to give energy. We are continuously giving energy to hold those stories, the ideas. Truth doesn't need any of that, it just is. So that's what it is, friends. This is a satsang, a journey of sacred remembrance, remembering who we are. And this is just the starting. This is just day one. All we are requesting, all of us here at Joy's, here at Joy family, we're all just a family. All we are requesting is please, please be sincere and serious about this. Not that you have to be serious, put a serious face, not about that. Just give it a priority. You're not making anything else priority, right? For funds, you're making yourself the priority. You're making us the priority, not the ideas. Because now you have touched it. We want to see this. We want to start remembering. We want to allow the healing to happen. We want to be ForHeal, forgiveness and healing. So for that, requesting a few things. This is one. We started the session. This is great. But we're also doing daily meditation. It won't be a full session where there won't be any stories or any of that stuff, but it's just a 45 minutes music meditation every day, which our volunteers would be running at 9 p.m. Eastern time, which is 6:30 a.m. India time. That's every day where you all can join in and meditate together. As you have seen today the power of group consciousness, the power of meditating as one, because it's all one direction. We are all seekers of truth, flowing in the same direction, and we help each other. There is that energy. Just soak in the energy. So if you can, please join at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time every single day. And that won't be starting today. It would be starting from Sunday onwards. Sunday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, Monday, 6:30 a.m. a.m. India time. So that's the music meditation which we are offering. But for any chance, by any chance, if you're not able to do it, that's absolutely fine. This is not about just a checklist for the sake of doing it, right? This is a real practical healing session, which means if you cannot do it at that time for any reason, then do it by yourself. Find the time, prioritize. Let's not go into this mind excuse which keeps telling us that, oh, I don't have time. Remember, when you hear yourself saying, I don't have time, when you hear your mind saying, I don't have time, all it means is, I don't want to prioritize it yet. It's not a priority. It's as simple as that. For anything which is a priority, time is there. What is time? It's just a construct. We live in the now. If it's a priority, we do it. It's very simple. We just make it complicated with stories. Meditate every day. That is the foundation. Everything will be built on a very strong, stable foundation. Meditate, find time, find a space, create the time, and meditate. So the 45 minutes which we are offering, it's a great tool. Please make use of that if possible. There are also a few activities which we are recommending on a daily basis, right? So one is meditation. That has to be done, please, 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 every day, every day. Simple meditation, breath, mindfulness. If you're new to meditation, all of us, all of volunteers are here to support you. You can ping any of us. Swayam, James, Rashmi, me, Simi, anyone can ping any of us. We can guide you. We can help you. And the Saturday meditations we'll all be doing together. The weekly meditations will be music meditations. Volunteers will be there to help you, or you can also ping us. Second thing is the recommended activity which we are requesting you all to do is just like we started today, right? We went to a tree. We started the visualization by going to a tree, but it need not be just a visualization, right? When we did it, we felt we felt it as real, right? We felt the energies, we felt the blessings, the energies, the motherly love of that tree. So why don't we just go and find it, right? There will be one way to do it. Step out, find a trail nearby, find a place where there is a trail or a park or somewhere, right? Where there is a tree, there is a plant. Just be there. When you do that, there is a certain way to do it. Don't be on the phone, don't listen to the podcast. That's not the time. Keep the mind free, give it a rest. Just be with the nature, be with the tree. Find the tree. I mean, you don't have to decide which tree. You will find it, you will know it. Trust the intuition. You will know where to go. These are very, very simple things. Our stories have made it complicated, but you don't have to know which tree, because as you walk, you will know where to stop. You'll sit. These are very simple. So find the tree, meditate, sit there, be there. I mean, you just have to just be there, sit there for some time, just be there. That's something which we are requesting every day. Be there with the roots, be there with the tree. Nature doesn't judge, nature just is. It's all about unconditional loving. Everything in nature is about giving, giving, giving. It's not about trying to get something from us. Tree just is. Just giving everything. It's unconditionally giving. Doesn't need anything from us. But we can use that. And tree is waiting for us. Just go there, be with the tree. Third thing is nightly journaling. So we are in a deep healing space right now. A lot of emotions would have come up, a lot of things would have been triggered because there was a lot of authenticity in this session. A lot of authenticity, a lot of healing, a lot of truth being we have experienced truth. So what we are requesting is find a time to journal the night. And again, not to beat yourself down. That's not the point here, right? Just be gentle. Just way it comes out, just pour it out every day. These are the three things we are requesting all the participants to do on a daily basis. Optionally, you may find, if you can, find this is anyway springtime, or rather getting to, I mean, almost summertime here. Find seeds where you can just do some garden work, plant. If there is a tulsi seed, that's great, but any seed for that matter, plant seeds, nurture a plant, to feel the connection with the earth. It's all about feeling that connection. The story today was told from the book called Untold Story of Sita, written by Dana Mariam. Our the gratitude from all the volunteers and all of us to Dana Mariam and to Sita Mata for all these healings. And if you can read, you can get that book, and one of our volunteers will share the link in the WhatsApp group and also here. So you can, if you can read a few passages or a few pages a day, that would be great. That's again an optional thing which we are recommending. Third and one final thing is one more thing is during the day, right? If you can find 5 minutes to, if you can take a 5 minute pause where you can just be, step out from your home or office and just be there. Be with the nature if you can. If it's not possible, it's okay. Just be. Just take a pause from everything. Just be with that easiness, that stillness. 5 minutes, few times a day, if you can. That is amazing. All our volunteers are here to support, and we'll post the link to join the WhatsApp group. So this WhatsApp group is where we'll post all the updates, we'll nudge each other. We'll also send you a checklist, like, more like a checklist where you can be. This is not to share with anybody, not to share with us. We don't need it, but this is just for us. So in the initial days, we would need it, right? Have I done my meditation today? Have I done my nature walk? Have I done my nightly journaling? Those kind of simple checklists where we'll share it. You can just take a printout of it and you can just mark it on a daily basis. This will support you a lot. So with that said, um, what else are we missing, Rashmi, Swam, James? Anything else to cover? With that, we can just open up for questions. In the
I
coming
have
session.
posted the book name and the link to download the tracker on the chat for everyone.
Awesome. Thank you, Rashmi. So yeah, now is the time where you can remove the spotlight from me. Yeah. So now is the time where, friends, as you've seen, right, this is not a knowledge sharing session. This is not where um, there is a teacher. There is no teacher here. We're all just friends. Um, in the coming days, you'll see that more and more where, this is just a very friendly, this is just hanging out, just healing, letting these emotions flow through so we see the truth and live the truth. That's who we are. So just open up. I totally understand if you did not speak today, but in the coming days, I'm sure we will all open up. But if there is any questions about meditation or any of the practices or anything which was discussed today or anything in general, if you would like to ask, now is the time. Please unmute and ask questions. Go ahead, Anjuji. You're unmuted.
Yeah, I just joined 15, 20 minutes back. So is it possible to get the complete meditation process, forgiveness?
Absolutely. Absolutely. No problem at all.
Thank you so much. Thank
No,
you.
welcome. You're welcome. So we can share the recording. This was live streamed on YouTube. We didn't publicize it. We didn't make it public. It's unlisted, so we can share that. That said, if you would like to, if you would like to talk to any of us, please, I mean, let us know in the group, and we can, one of us will call you, or if you have any specific questions. Are you new to meditation, Anjuji?
No, I have been connecting with this group a few like in between. I'm not very regular.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you need a refresher on the technique or how we do it or what we do, it's very, very simple. It's just breath mindfulness, right? It's the most simplest thing in the world where we always take breath for granted. There's one time now when we are meditating, we're actually absolutely with the breath. It becomes a practice.
Yes.
A very simple
Yes.
breath mindfulness is what we do called Anapanasati. So yeah, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, we would absolutely um, uh, we can guide you, we can help you if you need
Mm-hmm.
that, or we can just share the recording as well. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And James, I know you have to go. Any other session, any other words from your side, anything else to add? Again, amazing, amazing, amazing healing meditation, man.
It's wonderful to be here. Thanks everyone for coming. It's been a real pleasure. So, yeah, I'll see you next time.
Yep. Let's see you all. We'll see you all next Saturday. But meanwhile, we can hang around, and if there is any questions or if anything else, we can stay back, or else we can just call it a day. Oh, there you go, Jyoti. What's up?
All good. Thank you so much. So I wanted to speak when we were having a sharing circle, but my daughter was around. So I would just like to share for a minute or two before we
No, no, take
wind
your
up.
time. Yes, 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 please.
Yeah. So as the story started, and so I'm narrated about the father-daughter conversation and the sudden departure of a father. So it gave me a flashback of my deepest fear of my childhood of losing my father. I don't know why, but I always had that fear that what if my father will leave us? What will happen to us? So I don't know why. I still have that question, but it just bring back all the memories which I had gone through during my childhood. By God's grace, he's doing well and he's away from Mumbai right now. And I'm terribly missing them because I'm looking forward to meet them soon. But I quickly brought myself in the present moment. It's a past. Okay, come back to the present. All is well. But that's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Jyoti. Yeah, indeed. I mean, these are all, as you said, right? Yeah, let it all flow through, right? Let it all flow through. That is all we have to remember is
Thank you.
the truth. Oh, sorry. Was there anyone speaking? Sorry. I heard another voice. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, so beautiful. Thank you so much, Jyoti. And is there anybody else who would like to share or ask anything? Okay. All right. So I think we're good for today. We might have gone a few minutes over, but I think it's totally fine because the session was super amazing. Um, so Simi, Jyoti, Rashmi, anything which we missed out? We've given all the announcements and everything, right? It's all good, right? Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you, friends. So we'll see you tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow Eastern time. Tomorrow US time. But for Jyoti in India, it would be Monday morning at 6:30. Monday morning at 6:30, and for us it will be the 9:30 p.m. Eastern time here. So every day we'll be doing sessions. Jyoti will be conducting a session as well. So we're all volunteers. We're all trying to help each other in our own way. So thank you all. Thank you
Uh,
all for coming in.
Shibu, just a correction. I think it's 9 p.m. Eastern time. I think Rishmi posted in the chat. It's 9 p.m. Eastern time, not 9:30, I think.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for that. Thanks, thank you. Yeah, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Sorry for that. 9 p.m. Eastern time, 6:30 a.m. India time. So we'll see you during the daily meditation. And for the next session, where we'll deal with another blockage, another story rather, which we have seen, right? These blockages are just stories or ideas which we have told us, right? And that will just, it will go. That shadow self is now coming to light, right? It's a process. It's not a one day process. It is a day, it's a process. It is happening. It's a happening which is evolving. So we will come back with another beautiful story, beautiful session next Saturday. But meanwhile, let's do our daily things. Let's continue our practice. Thank you so much.